Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Distinguished guests, Assalamu alaikum to all of you. On behalf of the Department of Youth Development, Ministry of Youth and Sports of the Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, I would like to welcome all of you to the press briefing of the Entrepreneurship, Skills and Employment Camp. One of the initiatives of the Dhaka OIC Youth Capital 2020 International Mega Event. The Entrepreneurship Skills and Employment Camp is going to be organized by the Department of Youth Development, DYD, under Ministry of Youth and Sports of the Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, ICYF, and OIC Youth Capital. The initiative is aimed to create a platform to bring together successful IT startups, potential youth for job market from Bangladesh and other OIC member states, investors, mentors, founders, governmental authorities, international institutions, ecosystem in sphere, and sectoral partners within OIC Global Network. By training pre-seed, seed, early stage startups, entrepreneurship skills and employment camp will increase their knowledge on the market, business model, and enhance their presentation, management, and networking skills. Respected guests, it's an honor for me to introduce the guests our main table today. Honorable State Minister of the Ministry of Youth and Sports of the Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, His Excellency MD Zahid Ahsan Russel, MP, is present among us today as the chief guest of this opening ceremony and media briefing. Our guest of honor, His Excellency Taha Ayhan, Honorable President of Islamic Cooperation Youth Forum, ICYF. Our special guests, His Excellency Mr. Khandker Anwarul Islam, Honorable Cabinet Secretary, Cabinet Division, Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, and His Excellency Mr. MD Akhter Hossain, Secretary of the Ministry of Youth and Sports, Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh. The program is chaired by His Excellency Mr. MD Azharul Islam Khan, Director General, Department of Youth Development of Ministry of Youth and Sports, is also present among us. Let's all give a big hand and welcome our guest. Thank you so much. At the beginning of the program, the Holy Quran will be recited by Mr. Maulana Qari Muhammad Rabiul Islam. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا إذا نودي للصلاة من يوم الجمعة فاسعوا إلى ذكر الله وذروا البيع ذلكم خير لكم إن كنتم تعلمون فإذا قضيت الصلاة فانتشروا في الأرض وابتغوا من فضل الله واذكروا الله كثيرا لعلكم تفلحون صدق الله العظيم. Translation. O believers, when the call to prayer is made on Friday, then proceed diligently to the remembrance of Allah and live of your business. That is better for you, if only you knew. Once the prayer is over, disperse throughout the land and seek the bounty of Allah and remember Allah often so you may be successful. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
Thank you, Mr. Maulana Qari Muhammad Rabiul Islam, for making a good start to today's program by reciting from the Holy Quran. Respected guests, now I request His Excellency Mr. M.D. Azharul Islam Khan, Director General, Department of Youth Development of Ministry of Youth and Sports, to come up on stage to deliver welcome speech of today's program. Thank you.
Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Today's chief guest, His Excellency M.D. Zahid Ahsan Russel MP, Honorable State Minister, Ministry of Youth and Sports. The guest of honor, His Excellency Taha Ayhan, President of ICYF. The special guest, Mr. Khandker, Anwarul Islam, Honorable Cabinet Secretary, and Mr. M.D. Akhter Hossain, Honorable Secretary, Ministry of Ports and Youth and Ports. High officials from different ministries and organizations, journalists, and other delegates from ICYF, excellencies, youth delegates, and all dignitaries. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Ladies and gentlemen, OIC Youth Capital, initiated by Istanbul-based Islamic Cooperation Youth Forum, an entity affiliated to the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, is the yearly gathering of the youth of the Muslim world that constitutes 1/3 part of 1.5 billion Muslims of the OIC region. The capital is aimed to bring the youth together through certain activities, conference, conventions, festival, and other special events. The goals of the initiative are to foster intercultural and intercivilizational diversity and to unite the Muslim youth of the members of OIC countries under one platform to share among themselves and to turn up the voice of youth. On 25th December 2019, ICYF declared Dhaka as the OIC Youth Capital 2020, marking a significant recognition for the dynamic and determined leadership of the Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and her spirited government in the youth sector. Recognition of Dhaka as OIC Youth Capital has also enhanced the status of Bangladesh in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, our great leader Bangabandhu once said, we can surely rebuild the country through hard work. Let us work together so that the golden Bengal shines again. This inspirational speech has showed us the pathway to progress and prosperity. His daughter and early successor, our Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, is leading the nation to fulfill the dream of Bangabandhu. The dream of our fight for liberation was to build a self-reliant nation. Under her visionary and steamed leadership, we have seen the successful implementation of Vision 2021, the establishment of Digital Bangladesh, and now we are working towards becoming a developed country by 2041. I believe The entrepreneurship, skills and employment camp will be help our youth to learn the prepare themselves in facing the post-COVID challenges and eventually leading us towards achieving the Vision 2041. Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, this year is very special for us because we are observing year-long program on the occasion of the birth centenary of our father of nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. And you know that Bangladesh has become a member of OIC under the leadership of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. The recognition of Dhaka as the OIC youth capital during this year-long celebration of the birth centenary has multiplied the significance of the recognition. We are proud and happy to be able to organize such a mega event on the joyous occasion of the birth celebration of Father of Nation Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Ladies and gentlemen, multiple celebrate mega events have been designed for celebration OIC Youth Capital 2020, where OIC Entrepreneurship Skills and Employment Camp is one of it. This is a knowledge sharing program where the youth will join from citizens of the OIC member countries or representative of the Muslim countries in the non-OIC member states. An award function will hold after end of national quiz competition. Selected winners will receive award and certification. The objectives of the organizing the camp is train and youth according to their needs, provide professional guidance, create global connections, improve decision-making skill, provide necessary training to improve employment skills. By the competition, we want to engage youth and decision-making ideas and innovations to build a resilient and sustainable future. Methodology of the program are: the camp will be implemented under Dhaka OIC Youth Capital Initiative and will be held in online platforms. The camp is planned for 3 months between March 2021 to May 2021. The target group is pre-seed, seed, early startups, and potential youth for joint market. Total 50 participants will be selected, in which 30 will be for entrepreneurship and 20 for employment. The aim is training 50 years seed stage startups and potential youth for job market with a 7 days online training, preparing them for pitching session to select the best 10 among them. Afterwards, preparing these 10 startups for the final demo day with 3 days online workshop. The ultimate aim is to pick up 5 most successful startups and match them with angel seed investors. Application will be open for 1 month. In order to reach the best startups, all applications will be asked to upload a preliminary business plan. The selection will be done with a professional support. The target of the first selection is to pick up the best 50 startups for the 7 days online training. After 7 days, training and online session is front of the professional jury will take place. The best 10 will be selected among the 50 startups for the 3 days online workshop. In the final Pitching session, the floor will be given to the 10 startups in front of the investors and the jury. Lastly, VCs and the angel investors will pick up 5 startups for the early stage investment. Ladies and gentlemen, Entrepreneurship Skills and Employment Camp aims to create a platform to bring together successful IT start absent potential youth for job market from Bangladesh and other YC member states, investors, mentors, founders, governmental authorities, international institutions, ecosystem, influencer, and sectoral partners within YC Global Network. By training pre-seed, seed, early stage startups, ISIC will be increase their knowledge on the market, business model, and enhance their presentation, management, and network skills. I would like to thank you everyone for making the event a success by attending today's program, and hereby end my speech. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, His Excellency Mr. M.D. Azharul Islam Khan, Director General, Department of Youth Development of Ministry of Youth and Sports, for his valuable speech. Ladies and gentlemen, now let us hear the valuable speech from our special guest, His Excellency M.D. Akhter Hossain, Secretary, Ministry of Youth and Sports of the Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Honorable Chief Guest of today's opening ceremony and media briefing program of OIC Entrepreneurship Skills and Employment Camp, His Excellency Mr. Muhammad Zahid Hassan Russel MP, State Minister, Ministry of Youth and Sports, Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh. Honorable Special Guest, His Excellency Mr. Khandker Anwarul Islam, Cabinet Secretary. Guest of honor, His Excellency Mr. Taha Ayhan, President of Islamic Cooperation Youth Forum. His Excellency Azharul Islam Khan, Director General, Department of Youth Development, Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh. Distinguished guests, Mr. Yunus, Ms. Zarin, officials and other officials from Islamic Cooperation Youth Forum, officials from different ministries and organizations, youth delegates, representatives of print and electronic media, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and a very good afternoon to you all. First of all, I would like to pay my deepest gratitude and homage to the greatest Bengali of all times, our father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, the icon of the youth, under whose undisputed visionary leadership we got our coveted independence. I recall and pay my deepest gratitude to all freedom fighters who sacrificed their lives for our independence. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor and privilege for me to be here in this opening ceremony and media briefing program of OIC Entrepreneurship Skills and Employment Camp, one of the important events of Dhaka OIC Youth Capital 2020. It is a great recognition for Bangladesh as we own the coveted OIC Youth Capital 2020 by probing our merit in matters related to innovation, sports, culture, and inclusive youth leadership. It marks a significant recognition for the dynamic and determined leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and her spirited government in the youth sector. The Islamic Cooperation Youth Forum and OIC affiliate made this declaration on 25th December 2019. We were expected to launch the event sequence in April 2020, but the COVID-19 pushed us back, and we have remodeled and relaunched ourselves on the web platform. Ladies and gentlemen, under the prudential leadership of the Father of the Nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, Bangladesh joined OIC in 1974, and since then it has been playing instrumental role in different activities of OIC and promote the common interests of Muslim Ummah in different international fora. The OIC Youth Capital 2020 is an important program for not only the OIC and ICYF, but also for Bangladesh. It coincides with the birth centenary of the Father of the Nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. The event is also significant to us in this year, as we will be celebrating Golden Jubilee, that is 50th anniversary of our independence. Ladies and gentlemen, youths are the most affected section of the population in COVID-19 pandemic, as they are the most active stakeholders in the society in terms of productivity, mobility, and interaction. This crisis has disrupted their livelihood and prospects for their future. However, this pandemic situation has opened numerous windows of opportunity for the youth to find alternative means in response to this situation. The youths can play a vital role to build resilience against COVID-19 pandemic through digital activities and by coming up with new ideas and innovations. The youth should be at the center of any plans. Sectors like agro-business, tourism, information and communication technology, and other services show potential for large-scale productivity growth and job creation. Young people are already stepping up as entrepreneurs in these sectors. They need access to capital to start and grow businesses. Young people should also be given other business-related support from both the public and private sector, enhancing education and training in areas related to the demands of the digital economy, improves the quality of the workforce and enterprises. Ladies and gentlemen, all of you are aware that Ministry of Youth and Sports is working with a mission to transform the youth into efficient human resources through training and loan to ensure their participation in socio-economic and development and other nation-building activities. Ministry of Youth and Sports has been provided need-based training to the youths in many trades, and the number of trainees in around 6 million so far. And out of them, more than 2.1 million became self-employed, who are contributing to economic growth of the country. We have 71 youth training centers across the country. Every year, we provide more than 300,000 youth training. Under the leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, Bangladesh has made a significant economic and social progress in recent years. The targets set by our Honorable Prime Minister are to become a middle-income country and digital Bangladesh by 2021, achieve the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030, and turn into a developed country by 2041. Currently, Bangladesh has about 53 million youths who are the prime force for the development of the nation and the most vital player to achieve these targets. With the dynamic leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, the Ministry of Youth and Sports of Bangladesh has taken a number of initiatives to address this pandemic situation. We are going to provide online training besides our regular physical training to reach more youths for their capacity building. To create employment opportunities for the youth and for marketing their products, an e-commerce platform, jubopaikarisale.com, has been launched on 21st May 2020. This platform is currently being operated with some agro products, and we hope that we could expand the product range and spread the network at grassroots level soon. With this platform, we could create employment opportunity for the youth, and besides this, they could also be the entrepreneurs by trading across the country. Youth branding is another initiative of the Ministry of Youth and Sports. We are planning to establish processing plants across the country from where processed food item and daily commodities will be delivered to people with a fair price. Under a quality assurance guideline, trained youths and entrepreneurs will operate their own processing plants. In order to create self-employment and employment opportunities, training on different trades such as social trading, social storekeeping, washing, packaging, processing, etc. will be given to the youth entrepreneurs under different projects and regular schemes. A total number of 0.319 million youths will be trained under these projects, and over 0.3 million will get employment, and around 0.5 million young entrepreneurs will be benefited directly. We believe that each new life comes with a potential and a promise. Thus, is one of the mega events of Dhaka YC Youth Capital 2020. YC Entrepreneurship Skills and Employment Camp could offer the youth a great platform to showcase their knowledge and skill, as well as offer them the opportunity to connect and build up networks with their global counterparts to build a resilient and sustainable future for all. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to express my thanks to YC and ICYF once again for selecting Dhaka as the YC Youth Capital, and convey my gratitude towards the global leaders and dignitaries for their wholehearted support. I would also like to express my hope and confidence towards the youth representatives of the YC member states and rest of the world. I hope that they will certainly make this world a better place than what it is now. Let me appreciate to all of you for responding our call and appearing in this pandemic situation. We hope YC Youth Capital 2020 will be a very successful event with all of your efforts and cooperation. Let me take the opportunity to invite you to attend all the programs to celebrate the birth centenary of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman and rest of the programs of YC Youth Capital to Dhaka 2020. Thank you very much. Thank you all. Joy Bangla, Joy Bangabandhu. May Bangladesh live forever. Thank you.
Thank you, MD Akhter Hossain, Secretary, Minister of Youth and Sports, for your kind words. Ladies and gentlemen, now I request our another special guest, His Excellency, Mr. Khandker Anwarul Islam, Cabinet Secretary of the Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, to kindly deliver his speech. Thank you.
Respected Chief Guest, State Minister for Youth and Sports of Bangladesh, Mr. MD Zahid Ahsan Russel MP, the guest of honor, Mr. Taha Ayhan, the President of Islamic Cooperation Youth Forum, my dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, youth delegates, journalists from all medias, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Actually, it is our great honor that the Islamic Cooperation Youth Forum declared Dhaka as the OIC Youth Capital 2020 on 25th December 2019, making a significant recognition for the dynamic and determined leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and her spirited government in the youth sector. But first of all, I'd like to thank also the Ministry of Youth and Sports for actually inviting me to this forum, because at the twilight of our career, whenever we come across with this kind of a program involving the youth, we also feel that we have gone back 40 years ago. So it also gives us an extra energy to work. Thank you very much, the Youth and Sports Ministry of Bangladesh. So we have to, what I understand from your speeches and other things and other documents, that one of the primary things you are actually considered to have cooperation in the sector of the IT. We have, there is no way to deny that the development of the nation or country in the modern world largely depends upon the digital efficiency. The more the country or nation is efficient, the more is position, the more higher is its position in the world. So we have to recognize it, and we have to come forward with all kinds of exchange and cooperation between the nations, among the nations. So I also thank uh, the Islamic Cooperation Youth Forum to come forward with this kind of program. Particularly at the time of when the technology actually ruling the world, and we are in a state of fourth industrial revolution, this kind of cooperation and exchange is very much imperative in order to develop each and every country. Otherwise, anyone who actually does not come forward will actually fall behind. That's why our Prime Minister, Her Excellency Sheikh Hasina, in her speech in World Economic Forum's plenary session at UN headquarters, said last year, I quote, ensure simplified transfer of technology at low cost and equip Bangladeshi people technologically so that they can secure jobs in the change situation. So Her Excellency, the Prime Minister, has been actually giving emphasis right from the beginning to go for this kind of technological or IT cooperation among all nations possible. We have to keep in our mind that the technology is also going to be changed in the fourth industrial revolution. We already experienced three industrial revolution. We saw the steam, the innovation of the steam, which actually led the way of the first industrial revolution. Then came the electricity. The revolution became even larger and much more widespread. And thirdly, it came to be the computing, and it changed the whole world. And now the fourth industrial revolution is going to be the intelligence. I think a lot of us are very much aware about it. And in this fourth industrial revolution, there are going to be three-way merger: the biological, digital, and physical. This intelligence is going to be comprised of this three-way merger, and in which we have to keep it in our mind that if we go for cooperation, then we have to consider some things very precisely and very importantly and very generously, which are that 10 technologies are going to rule the next world in the fourth industrial revolution. Number one is I am not detailing anything. I'm just giving you the ideas because you are working with the IT, and particularly you are talking of the startup. So we have to look into these 10 technologies where we can get involved. Number one is the advanced materials. Number two is the cloud technology, including big data. Number three is the autonomous vehicles, including drones. Number four is the synthetic biology. Number fifth is the virtual and augmented reality. Number six is the artificial intelligence. Number seven is the robot. Number eight is the blockchain. Number nine is the 3D printing. And number 10 is the Internet of Things. So we have to keep it in our mind that in order to develop ourselves and also extend our cooperation to other nations, other colleagues and our friends, we have to consider these technologies which are going to rule the next world. Otherwise, the nation which actually will not be able to cope up with these things will fall behind. And as a result, there may be three apparent impacts. Number one is machine and robots will replace huge number of people. So we have to shift or reskill these huge number of people in order to keep them in employment. Number two, our present educational status and skill will not be that much compatible with those 10 technologies. So we need to rethink about the education and skill development efforts. And number three will be a problem. The small and medium entrepreneurs may face some problem because the initial investment in this sector will be comparatively higher. So we have to come forward with a very precise economic program in order to actually move forward. But we don't have to be that much worried. Already, the international experts, they have actually found out some sectors where the country, particularly the youths, can be very much involved in order to contribute. And those are said to be the power of youth. And already 7 sectors have been termed to be the power of youth. Number 1 is the social values. Number 2 is the demand-driven human resource development. Number 3 is the employment and entrepreneurship. Number 4 is the safe migration. Number 5 is the encouraging culture and sports. Number 6 is the eradication of terrorism and drugs. And number 7 is the innovative research. So if we actually come forward with the cooperation you are actually thinking to have among all the youth of the youth generation of the Islamic countries under the auspices of this organization, I'm sure we can find out a lot of ways, a lot of new solutions which are not even in the mind of the experts all over the world. We have no option. Day before yesterday, we had a long review of the startup scenario in Bangladesh, and under my chair, we actually reviewed those things, and we came forward to give even more backup to them so that they become capable. We don't have to be worried that much. We have to actually take proper initiative and go forward, because already the fifth industrial revolution is also being predicted that in the second half of this century, fifth industrial revolution will take place, and that will be the personalization. So we know now, because 50 years, 60 years ago, we could not actually predict what was going to happen in the future. But now a lot of things can be predicted. So that is one important advantage. And we have so many countries. Certainly, we have got brilliance, intelligence among the youth generation who can actually come forward with even more prescription. So I hope that we'll have proper and sincere and heart and soul cooperation, and it will certainly bring up a very good result for all of us. So thank you very much. I again express my gratitude to the Ministry of Youth and Sports for making me present here. And I'm sure Bangladesh has got some extra advantage, which we also can share with other people. That is, one of them is the Mujib 100, that is the programs taken on the birth centenary of the father of the nation, and also the golden jubilee of the nation, for which we have taken some extra program, which will certainly activate our development efforts. Thank you very much. I thank all of you again.
Thank you, Mr. Khandker Anwarul Islam, Cabinet Secretary, for your valuable speech. Now it is time for our guest of honor for the event, His Excellency Mr. Taha Ayhan, Honorable President, Islamic Cooperation Youth Forum, ICYF, to share a few words with us. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, my warm greetings to the special guests of this wonderful ceremony, His Excellency Honorable Minister of State, Minister of Youth and Sports, Mr. Zahid Russel Bey, Mr. Azharul Islam Khan Bey, the Director General of the Department of Youth Development, Mr. Akhter Hossain Bey, the Secretary of Ministry of Youth and Sports, Mr. Anwarul Islam Bey, the Cabinet Secretary of Cabinet Division of Bangladesh, dear ladies and gentlemen, dear excellencies, thank you very much for joining us to such an august house, such a great occasion. It is my great pleasure to welcome you in the press conference of the next program, Entrepreneurship Skills and Employment Camp under the Dhaka Youth Capital. I would like to congratulate everyone who has done great job today and contributed to the best implementation of this event. This event is really, really important, and also one of the major programs in the context of Dhaka Youth Capital, because this event is directly an answer to one of the most important problems of our youth in the OIC region: unemployment, and capacity building and empowerment of the status of the youth among their communities and societies and their nations. So I'm really thankful for all the team of Dhaka, all team of Bangladesh, to create such a great occasion, which is a direct solution to the problem of our young people and which is touching to the life of our young people. I do believe that this program will be one of the most successful programs which are held under Dhaka OIC Youth Capital until now. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, dear excellencies, today's young people are the most educated generation and the luckiest one who have more chance to reach the education, knowledge, and self-improvement. Nevertheless, they encounter difficulties in entering and remaining in the labor market. Opportunities for young people to find a job are bound to the general state of economy and overall employment situation in the country. However, they are also influenced by the education and skills young people possess, the relevance of these skills for the labor market as well. And unfortunately, these opportunities are very limited, and one, the topic is the OIC countries, unfortunately, these opportunities become more and more diminished. Young people are invaluable assets, as you all know, and these invaluable assets bring our energy, talent, and creativity to the world together with new skills and motivation that enable companies to grow, innovate, and prosper. But today's youth face important challenges in the labor market. On average, young women and men around the world are 2 to 3 times as likely as adults to be out of work. And when the topic again comes to the OIC region and the youth of our Ummah, the numbers are unfortunately more in trouble. This dramatic picture can be changed by our efforts, as we have seen and witnessed in the Bangladesh case. Bangladesh has been developed in the last decades and made a major leap in the terms of economy, unemployment, and capacity building, and the empowerment of the status of the youth in the society. So by Dhaka OIC Youth Capital Program about the entrepreneurship and skill development, we want to share the experience of Dhaka and Bangladesh with the world also. Unfortunately, we have planned to organize all of these programs and projects in person, in field, but due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we have to transform all of these projects and programs into virtual reality. But again, I want to express my profound thanks and admirations to the team of Bangladesh Youth and Sports Ministry and Foreign Ministry for their influential efforts, which create a chance for us to realize these programs and projects in a very short time in virtual reality. On this regard, meeting the youth employment challenge requires determined and concerted action over time, which we saw in our efforts and projects and programs in ICYF to tackle with the unemployment problem in OIC region. No actor can take on this challenge alone. There is an imperative need for different actors and institutions to join forces. For example, the business community has also a key role to play in this major endeavor. Employers and their organizations have not only a compelling incentive to act, but they also possess the experience and knowledge needed to act effectively and successfully. Improving employment opportunities for young people requires a broad and concerted effort from all stakeholders. While governments are primarily responsible for creating an enabling environment for youth employment, employers, as major providers of jobs and workers, as direct beneficiaries, have an important role in the process as well. Dear brothers and sisters, at this point, entrepreneurship education and training programs are an important component of any strategy to promote entrepreneurial activity among young people. They can constitute a valuable means for shaping young people's attitudes and competencies to become self-employed. They can also initiate activities such as sharing experience with potential young entrepreneurs and arranging for youth groups to visit their enterprises. Networks for young entrepreneurs help them set up their businesses and find business partners. In peer groups, information about all aspects of business life can be exchanged. Furthermore, networks can help access conventional finance services by advising on business plans, offering ongoing support, and providing mentoring services and linking young entrepreneurs to financial institutions. Identifying suitable mentors within a network and matching them with young people can be further a service of a network. That's exactly what we are trying to provide to our youth with this program, as in the collaboration of ICYF and Bangladesh Youth and Sports Ministry and Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Bangladesh. One of the important problems faced by young people when searching for a job is their lack of understanding of the labor market as well as lack of work experience. There are numerous ways employers can help young people to gain valuable knowledge and experience. For example, at Islamic Cooperation Youth Forum, ICYF, we provide young people with internships to familiarize them with the world of work and at the same time to give them an opportunity to develop themselves. I believe Dhaka Entrepreneurship Skills and Employment Camp will be a great platform to bring together successful IT startups from Bangladesh and other OIC member states, investors, mentors, founders, international institutions, and sectoral partners within OIC Global Network. Excellencies, distinguished guests, and ladies and gentlemen, with all the programs we have been through until today, helped us to know hundreds of talented youth and to discover those young brothers and sisters. That's why we will continue to realize our mission and our goals and objectives as we have been doing from the very first day firmly. I desire this program to be very interesting and useful for all of our young people. And I wish best of luck to our young people in this program and in their future lives, and wish our young people a life they deserve. We, as ICYF, as a youth institution, will keep doing our best for that. While reiterating my profound thanks to you all, I pray to Allah the Almighty to grant us success in our new programs and projects which will certainly serve the youth of the Ummah effectively. I wish you a blessed Recep, Shaban, and Ramazan, and inshallah we will see in the next projects and programs. Ma'as-salama. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you, His Excellency Mr. Taha Ayhan, Honorable President, Islamic Cooperation Youth Forum, ICYF, for your kind words. Ladies and gentlemen, at this stage, I humbly request the chief guest of today's program, the Honorable State Minister of Ministry of Youth and Sports of Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, His Excellency Mr. MD Zahid Ahsan Russel, MP, to please come up on stage to deliver a speech. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Guest of honor, His Excellency Taha Ayhan, President of ICYF, special guest, His Excellency Mr. Khandker Anwarul Islam, Honorable Cabinet Secretary, People's Republic of Bangladesh, Mr. Mohammed Akhter Hossain, Secretary, Ministry of Youth and Sports, and Mr. Mohammed Azharul Islam Khan, Director General, Department of Youth Development, high officials from different ministries and organizations, journalists and delegates from ICYF, youth delegates, all dignitaries and distinguished guests, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I would like to recall with deep gratitude the greatest Bengali of all times, the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, under whose undisputed visionary leadership we got our coveted independence. As you know, the month of March have a great importance in our national life. There are many historic incidents for Bangladesh occurred in this month. March is a month of endless joy for us on the one hand and suffering on the other. The father of the nation, Bangabandhu, the symbol of Bangladesh independence, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, was born in this month, that was the 17th March 1920. He was one of the charismatic and visionary political leaders in his time and delivered a historic speech on 7th March 1971. That was a milestone for us. That speech has been recognized as World Heritage Document in 2017. The military forces of West Pakistan ruthlessly attacked the armed Bengalis in this month. The freedom-loving Bengalis took up arms after Bangabandhu declaration to break the shackles of submissions in this month. Now we are celebrating the birth centenary of the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. And in this occasion, it is our great pleasure as we are inaugurating this nice event, entrepreneurship, skill, and employment camp in this historic month. Distinguished guests, we all know that today youth are strength. Youth from all over the world often come up with innovative business ideas but fail to execute it for two reasons: lack of proper guidance and the lack of funding. By this camp, we are planning to eliminate both of these problems and provide the deserving youth with the opportunity to execute their dream business idea. This entrepreneurship, skill, and employment camp is designed in such a way that it can omit the limitations, encourage youth to improve them continuously, and prepare them to become successful entrepreneurs. Dear audience, based on the world's demographics, around half of the global population in under 30 years old today, and at least 1/3 of total populations of Bangladesh is youth. These youth peoples are the most affected in COVID-19 pandemic as they are the most active stakeholders in the society in terms of productivity, mobility, interaction, and income generating activities. So this COVID-19 crisis, disruptive in terms of their lifestyle and prospects for their future. However, challenging time required challenging measures. This crisis has also opened up numerous windows of opportunity for the youth to find alternative means in response to the COVID-19. Dhaka Vice Youth Capital 2020 is particularly important in the COVID-19 and post-COVID recovery and reconstruction of an equitable global economic order. It emphasizes on the leadership, vision, ideation, and imagination of the youth for constructing an innovative, resilient, and inclusive narrative to ensure a leadership position in the affairs of the world. Dhaka Vice Youth Capital 2020 believes that each new life comes with a potential and a promise. Thus, it is a perfect platform that can engage youth with decision-making, ideas, and innovations to build a resilient and sustainable future for youth. Dhaka Entrepreneurship, Skills, and Employment Camp aims to create a platform to bring together successful IT startups from Bangladesh and other YC member states, investors, mentors, founders, governmental authorities, international institutions, ecosystem, influencer, and sectoral partners within YC Global Network. By training pre-seed, seed, early-stage startups, entrepreneurship, skill, and employment camp will increase their knowledge on the market business model and enhance their presentation, management, and networking skills. Ladies and gentlemen, all events of Dhaka YC Youth Capital 2020 have created a colorful arena and great festivity on occasion of celebration of birth centenary of the father of the nation. Though COVID-19 had stopped our movement, we are going to defeat COVID-19 very soon, inshallah. Let me appreciate all of you for your awesome response in spite of COVID-19 situation. We hope the entrepreneurship skill and employment camp of Dhaka YC Youth Capital 2020 will be very successful with the cooperation and support of ICYF and other delegates. I hope that we shall meet in grand closing ceremony of Dhaka YC Youth Capital Program 2020 in the month of June 2021, inshallah. Once again, I cordially invite you to visit beautiful Bangladesh. At the end, I hope the relationship between YC, ICYF and Bangladesh will be more strong in the days to come and remain forever, inshallah. Long live Bangladesh, YC, ICYF ties. Thank you, everyone. Joy Bangla, Joy Bangabandhu. May Bangladesh live forever.
Thank you, Honorable State Minister of Ministry of Youth and Sports of the Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, Mr. MD Zahid Ahsan Russel, MP, for embellishing today's event with your inspirational and wise words. Valued guests, now I would like to ask everyone present today to please pay attention to the screen as we show you the promotional video on the Entrepreneurship Skills and Empowerment Camp. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed the promotional video on the Entrepreneurship Skills and Employment Camp. Ladies and gentlemen, now I would request our honorable media journalists, if you have any queries of this precious event, you can ask to our guests. Thank you.
থ্যাংক ইউ মঞ্চে উপবিষ্ট মাননীয় প্রতিমন্ত্রী মহোদয়, অনারেবল ক্যাবিনেট সেক্রেটারি এবং আমাদের সচিব মহোদয় এবং জি স্যার এবং সামনে উপবিষ্ট ইয়ত এবং বিভিন্ন মন্ত্রণালয় থেকে আগত এবং যুব ক্রীড়া মন্ত্রণালয় থেকে আগত স্যারদেরকে আসসালামু আলাইকুম। আজকে এই এন্টারপ্রেনারশিপ স্কিল অ্যান্ড এমপ্লয়মেন্ট ক্যাম্পের ডিজি মহোদয় যে ওপেনিং স্পিচটা দিয়েছেন সেখানে পুরোপুরি প্রত্যেকটা জিনিসই কভার করেছে, এখানকার অবজেক্টিভ কেন করা হচ্ছে, কি কোন কোন ক্যাটাগরিতে। তারপর আমি ব্রিফলি একটু বলে দিই, যদি কোনো ধরনের কোয়েশ্চেন থাকে আপনারা এর পরবর্তীতে জিজ্ঞেস করতে পারেন। এখানে দুইটা ক্যাটাগরিতে মূলত অবজেক্টিভের জায়গাটা ট্রেন দ্য ইয়থ অ্যাকর্ডিং টু দেয়ার নিডস, প্রোভাইড প্রফেশনাল গাইডলাইন, ক্রিয়েট গ্লোবাল কানেকশনস, ইমপ্রুভ ডিসিশন মেকিং স্কিল, প্রোভাইড নেসেসারি ট্রেনিং টু ইমপ্রুভ এমপ্লয়াবিলিটি স্কিল। এখানে হলো কি দুইটা জায়গা থেকে দুইটা ক্যাটাগরিতে এই টোটাল ক্যাম্পটা হচ্ছে। একটা হলো এন্টারপ্রেনারশিপ, একটা হলো এমপ্লয়মেন্ট। দুইটা ক্যাটাগরিতে টোটাল হলো প্রথম এন্টারপ্রেনারশিপ ক্যাটাগরিতে 5টা জায়গা থেকে স্মার্ট সিটিজ অ্যান্ড ক্লিন টেক, স্মার্ট লজিস্টিক, এড টেক, ট্রাভেল টেক অ্যান্ড ক্রস বর্ডার। এন্টারপ্রেনারশিপে হলো 5টা, interview skill, networking, preparing for the workshop, digital marketing ability to work under pressure. আর এখানে হলো দুইটা স্টেজ, একটা ন্যাশনাল স্টেজ, একটা ইন্টারন্যাশনাল স্টেজ। ইন্টারন্যাশনাল লিগে বা ইন্টারন্যাশনাল স্টেজে মূলত হলো গিয়ে বাংলাদেশ ইটসেলফ একটা রিজিয়ন হিসেবে কাজ করে। এছাড়া হলো 5টা রিজিয়ন: এশিয়া, মিডল ইস্ট, আফ্রিকা, নর্থ আমেরিকা এবং ইউরোপ। বাংলাদেশ থেকে পার্টিসিপেট করবে 20, আফ্রিকা থেকে 6, মিডল ইস্ট থেকে 6, আফ্রিকা থেকে 6, নর্থ আমেরিকা থেকে 6, ইউরোপ থেকে 6। টোটাল এলিজিবিলিটি এখানে হলো গিয়ে দেওয়া হয়েছে, সেটা হলো সিটিজেন অফ দ্য ওয়াইসি মেম্বার স্টেটস অফ representative of the Muslim community in non-OIC member state as well. Ability to communicate in English, accustomed to digital technology with good internet connections, and age range 18 to 35. Prize money for the international winner, champion $2,500, first runner-up $2,000, second runner-up $1,500. রেজিস্ট্রেশন লিঙ্ক আপনারা অলরেডি প্রোমোতে দেখেছেন, তারপর আমি বলে দিচ্ছি dhaka.ycyouthcapital.com ESC। আর স্টার্ট হচ্ছে, আপনারা জানেন যে আজকে এই প্রোমোর মাধ্যমে এবং ওয়েবসাইট থেকেই হলো 11 মার্চ আজকে থেকে স্টার্ট হচ্ছে রেজিস্ট্রেশন এবং এন্ড হবে 10 এপ্রিল। এর পরবর্তী প্রক্রিয়া শুরু হবে। ধন্যবাদ সবাইকে। যদি আপনাদের কোনো ধরনের কোনো কোয়েশ্চেন্স, কোয়ারিজ, ফিডব্যাক থাকে, প্লিজ ফিল ফ্রি টু আস্ক আস। আমার মনে হচ্ছে, আচ্ছা, মাননীয় মন্ত্রী মহোদয়।
আসলে আমাদের বক্তব্যের মধ্য দিয়ে আসলে সকল আমরা কি করতে যাচ্ছি এটি কিন্তু আমাদের বক্তব্যের মধ্যেই উঠে এসেছে এবং আমাদের এইমাত্র যিনি বললেন মামুন, তিনিও সেটি বুঝিয়ে দিয়েছেন। তারপরেও যদি এর মধ্যে তারপরেও এর মধ্যে যদি কোনো ধরনের কারো মনে কোনো প্রশ্ন থাকে তার আমরা বলতে পারি, আর যদি না থাকে তাহলে আমরা আমাদের অনুষ্ঠানটি শেষ করতে পারি। তো আসলে অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ আপনাদেরকে। আপনারা যেহেতু ইতিমধ্যে আমাদেরকে জানিয়েছেন যে আপনারা সকল বিষয়গুলো বুঝতে পেরেছেন, এই জন্য আপনাদের আন্তরিকভাবে ধন্যবাদ জানিয়ে আজকের এই সভা আমরা শেষ করতে যাচ্ছি। ধন্যবাদ সবাইকে। আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
This concludes today's press conference organized for the occasion of Entrepreneurship Skills and Employment Camp. Thank you everyone for your immense cooperation and making the time to attend today's program. There is a refreshment organized at the registration booth for all of you. Please take that when you are leaving. Thank you so much. Have a good day.